You still hate me.
You stole my carving.
I didn't.
Everyone saw it.
The rain began the same night Nia swore she would hate Kofi forever. In the small village of Ilorin Grove, where giant baobab trees touched the clouds and fireflies danced like spirits at dusk, everyone knew the story of Nia and Kofi. They had once been best friends, two barefoot children who chased butterflies through golden fields and stole mangoes from old Mama Shade's farm. But all that changed during the festival of Max. Nia still remembered the shame burning in her chest like fire. She had spent weeks carving a beautiful wooden bed for the festival contest. In Ilorin Grove, the winner earned a blessing from the village chief and a pouch of silver cowries. Nia worked every evening under the moonlight, shaping the beds carefully with her father's carving knife. Kofi was the only person she showed it to.
It's beautiful.
But the next day, Kofi entered the festival carrying a bed carving almost identical to ours. The villagers gasped when his name was announced as the winner. Nia's own carving was dismissed as a copy. That night, white drums echoed through the village square and dancers spun in colorful marks. Nia cried alone behind her mother's hut, and when Kofi tried to explain, she shoved him away.
You betrayed me. I hate you, Kofi.
From that day forward, the two never spoke again. Years passed. Nia grew into a fearless hunter with sharp eyes and a sharper tongue. She could climb the tallest Iroko tree and shoot an arrow through a flying mango. Kofi became quiet and mysterious. He spent most of his days helping the village blacksmith or wandering deep into the forest alone. The villagers whispered that he carried sadness in his heart, but Nia did not care. Whenever she saw him in the marketplace, she turned away. Whenever he offered help, she refused. And whenever children asked why the two no longer laughed together, Nia answered coldly.
Some betrayals can never be forgiven.
Then came the season of darkness. It began with disappearing goats, then chickens vanished. Then strange footprints appeared outside the village at dawn, massive claw marks pressed deep into the mud. The elders grew afraid. The shadow beast has returned, old Babatunde warned beside the council fire, just like the stories from our ancestors. Children were ordered indoors before sunset. Fires burned all night. Still, the beast came closer. One evening, terrified screams erupted near the river. A fisherman stumbled into the village, shaking violently. "It took my boat," he cried. A monster with glowing red eyes. Panic spread through Ilorin Grove. The chief gathered the villagers at sunrise. "We need brave hunters to find this creature before it destroys us all." Silence followed. No one volunteered until Kofi stepped forward. "I will go." Nia rolled her eyes. "Of course," she muttered, trying to be a hero again. Then the chief looked directly at her. "Nia, you are our best hunter. You must go too." Her stomach tightened. "I work alone." "You will not this time," the chief said firmly. And so, before noon, Nia and Kofi entered the forbidden forest together for the first time in years. The forest felt alive. Twisted vines curled around ancient trees. Strange birds watched silently from the branches above. Sunlight barely touched the ground. Neither of them spoke for hours until Kofi finally broke the silence.
You still hate me.
You stole my carving.
I didn't.
Everyone saw it.
I found your carving broken near the river the morning of the festival. I thought someone had destroyed it, and I carved another one overnight because I didn't want you to lose.
Nia froze and exclaimed, "What?" "I planned to tell the elders it was yours," Kofi continued. "But before I could speak, they announced me as the winner." "Then why didn't you explain?" she said. His eyes dropped. "My father was sick. We needed the silver cowries for medicine. I was selfish." The anger Nia had carried for years suddenly cracked. She remembered how thin Kofi's father had looked back then, how desperate Kofi had seemed. But before she could answer, a terrifying roar shook the forest. Trees trembled. Birds exploded into the skies. Then the shadow beast appeared. It was enormous, twice the size of a lion, with black fur, curved horns and glowing crimson eyes. Smoke curled from his nostrils as it snared. Nia's legs nearly gave out. The beast charged. Kofi! She shouted. They leaped apart just as the creature smashed into a tree, splintering the trunk like dry wood. Nia hurled a spear. The beast judged. Kofi grabbed a flaming branch from their campfire remains and swung it towards the creature's face. The beast roared and stumbled backward. It fears fires, he yelled. Nia quickly pulled 2 torches from her pack and lit them. The beast circled them, glowing deeply. For a moment, Nia's fear vanished, replaced by determination. We fight forever, she said. Kofi smiled faintly, like old times. The beast lunged again. This time, Nia distracted it with fire while Kofi climbed a massive tree overhead. As the creature snapped at Nia, Kofi leaped down from above and drove a spear into his shoulders. The beast howled in pain. Nia seized the moment with all her strength. She thrust a burning torch towards its face. The shadow beast recoiled, rolling one final time before fleeing deep into the mountain. Silence returned to the forest. Nia collapsed on the grass, breathing hard. Kofi sat beside her, exhausted. For a long while, neither spoke. Then Nia whispered, I wasted so many years hating you. Kofi stared at the fading sunset. You had every reason. No, she said softly. I should have listened. A warm wind moved through the trees, carrying the scent of rain and wildfire. And for the first time in years, Nia laughed. Kofi laughed too. When they returned to Ilowin Grove, the villagers celebrated them as heroes. Drums thundered through the night, dancers spun beneath glowing lanterns, and children sang songs about the hunters who chased away the shadow beasts. But the greatest change was not the celebration, it was forgiveness. Nia and Kofi became inseparable once more, just as they had been as children beneath the baobab tree. And years later, when parents told the story to their children around evening fires, they always ended the tale the same way. Hate grows in silence, but truth has the power to heal even the oldest wounds. Thank you guys for watching the story. Please, if you want to watch more story, please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell for you before someone to get notified when I post a new video. Like this video. Stay tuned for more storytelling by PC Chai. Bye.